Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Thank you for being with me here after Halloween, of course, and happy Halloween to all of you who celebrate it. And of course, I am here enjoying a Kit Kat. And by the way, whoever made this idea where we send our kids to go out trick-or-treating and they collect all the candy for you and the parents come in after the fact and eat all the candy, phenomenal idea, whoever created that. Thank you. Anyways, guys, I'm sure you're not here to watch me eat candy from, my kids' trick-or-treat bags, and I feel bad for stealing their candy. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But I think the main thing that I wanted to talk to you guys today is a lot of you don't know that you're actually working for free. If I were to tell you that you were working for free, would you believe me? It was a hard realization for me, and I'm going to help you guys realize that today. Now, before we jump into it, guys, real quick, as always in every single video, make sure you go ahead and give me a like for the video as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you're notified when I upload new videos to the channel, of course. And lastly, share this with a family member or friend. This is some good information and they ought to know it as well. So let's break down how you work for free every single year without you even knowing it. So I was on a mentorship call this morning. And by the way, I forgot to mention in the beginning as well, if you need any mentorship or coaching calls, links will be in the description below. But I was on a mentorship call earlier this morning, and the mentee basically asked me, hey, I want to learn about taxes a little bit. I want to learn about, what do I need to do in order to prepare for next year? Because if you don't know, we start to prepare for what next year looks like right now. In fact, actually, we started a couple weeks ago. If you haven't started that preparation, you're behind. And so the mentee was asking me, hey, I want to start preparing just like you. I want to be prepared. What does taxes look like? How do I make sure I do that? I started breaking down how much he can expect from a tax perspective. And that's assuming, of course, we're going to make this very, very simple. But it's assuming that this person is going to take the standard deduction. And of course, they are married, filing jointly. So those are the two things to remember there. And so I started breaking down what that looks like for this particular mentee, because again, they are married, they are filing jointly, and of course, they wanted to be prepared for that. So they bring in a household income of $80,000, and that's between the two. And then of course, they're going to take the standard deduction. Now, if you don't know, standard deduction for 2025, and I'm going off the top of my head here, so hopefully it is correct. Leave me a comment in the comment section below if it's wrong, but I think it's $31,500. So the funny thing is once we started calculating gross income minus his standard deduction, and then from there, what is the taxes that they owe based on no deductions, right? Just the standard deduction. I started to explain what the amount is or what they owe per tax bracket. And by the way, if you guys are not familiar, I did a video on that too, and it showcases what type of taxes you can expect or how to at least calculate it just by taking the standard deduction. I'll put a link in the video description below and possibly also as well somewhere on the screen here, but go watch that video if you don't know what I'm talking about on how to estimate what your taxes are just from a basic perspective. You can go ahead and watch that video and learn that. But anyways, the point is, at this point is, we were showing him how much he will owe in taxes. And if you guys are not familiar with the calculations, I'll go ahead and I'll save you all the calculations. But on an $80,000 income, taking the standard deduction, total federal taxes is going to be $5,632. So that is the taxes that he owes from just taking the regular standard deduction with no other particular deductions or tax credits. Let me go ahead and finish this Kit Kat here. All right, cool. So we got one thing out of the way, which is your federal taxes, $5,632. Now, the other thing that I also mentioned, and this mentee didn't know this, but especially when you're in the state of Florida, there's no state income taxes, so that was nice. They didn't have to pay any state income tax. And that goes the same for a couple of other states that don't have state income tax. But here's the thing, the mentee forgot that it's not just federal taxes. You have something called FICA. And FICA is Social Security and Medicare. So you have to factor in how much you're going to pay over to Medicare and Social Security. Now, if memory serves me correctly, folks, let me know in the comments below if I'm correct on this or not, but I think Social Security is 6.2% of your total gross income. It's not even after the deduction, it's the gross income. And Medicare is 1.45% of your gross income, not after any deductions or anything like that, so keep that in mind. So after doing a little bit of math here, right, we focus on the Social Security side. So again, the Social Security side is 6.2%. So 6.2% of $80,000, which is the gross income, if you remember, that of course is $4,960. Now on the Medicare side, it was 1.45% of your gross income. So that turns out to be $1,160. If you guys are following me now, the total amount in taxes, just by taking the standard deduction and not doing anything else, you're literally going to pay, again, that is $5,632 for federal, $4,960 for Social Security, and lastly, of course, $1,160 for Medicare. So that brings your total taxes, and drum roll please, $11,752. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. If you look at the total income, gross total income, that's $80,000 per year. So divide that now into 12 months. What does that give you? $6,666 and some change per month. But anyways, let's just say $6,666. So essentially, every single year, if we're just looking at the standard deduction, right? You're taking gross income, standard deduction. Every single year, my mentee is working 1.7 months for free in order to cover all the things that this great country is. And I say that, of course, not in a negative way, because I think this country is phenomenal. I'm privileged to be here. I love it. But if you think about it, right, just with anything in life, there's no thing that is perfect. There's always some pluses and there's always some minuses. And the minus here is that in the mentee's case, and in a lot of cases, and people don't even realize this is why I'm teaching you. When the new year rolls around, this mentee that I have, 1.7 months is going to be working for free to cover everyone's benefits, to pay for SNAP, WIC, military, whatever our government decides to spend the money on. He has to go, should I say, excuse me, he and his wife, because it's a household income, both of them have to go to work essentially for free for a month and 0.7 of the next month. So almost 2 months, if you think about it, almost 2 months you got to work for free. So you wake up every day, do what you need to do in order to get to work, and you do the same things for almost 2 months just so you can support everybody else. And it was a real epiphany for my mentee. He was like, holy smokes, like I never thought about it that way. And so now I'm teaching you guys, how many months are you working for free out of the year? It's quite interesting. So once you start thinking about it that way, then you start your journey of, okay, well, how can I make sure that I reinvest back into myself so that way more is going into growing the things that are more important to me and less on things such as, you know, paying for $500, $600 toilets and all kinds of stuff that they be doing in the government. By the way, I've done videos in the past where the reckless spending that I've seen done in the federal government. So it's really, really disheartening to understand that sometimes you got to go work so many months in order to be able to give all this money, and then it's spent frivolously on ridiculous things. But anyways, that's a topic for another video. So anyways, guys, as I sit here and open up my next Kit Kat, and no sponsor from Kit Kat there, but anyways, as I open up this Kit Kat and I sit out here and I say to myself, gee, I wonder how many people know this. Maybe I'll make a video about it. So that is my gift for you guys today. And let me know in the comments below if you ever thought about it this way. Have you guys ever even calculated your taxable income at a basic level? I can guarantee you a lot of people don't do that either. And then more importantly too, this will make you even think differently now of how you view where your money's going. So it is very important that you understand who is going to be in office, what their beliefs are, and does it align with your beliefs, because that will then directly translate to the money, which is what we talk about, your tax dollars. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are in today's video. Did you learn something? Does it make you frustrated to know that you're working for free for a month or two, and you look around and you see where your money's being spent on? Kind of wild, isn't it? So looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. I'm sorry, I didn't. Now that I think about it and I say it out loud, this video kind of makes you upset a little bit, but I hope that's not what it's doing, right? It's really more just to inform you as to what happens in the real world, whether you know it or not. So anyways, love to hear from you guys in the comments below. As always, guys, I love you, I appreciate you, and give me a like for the video as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel while turning on your notifications. That way you're notified when I upload new videos to the channel. And of course, share this with a family member or friend. Now, if you guys don't want to wait for my next video to drop, YouTube thinks that you'll like this one popping up on screen. So go ahead and give that a watch, and I'll see everybody in the next one.